Hello, everyone, and as always, welcome back to Strategy Gaming Dojo, where we find, learn, play one more turn of the great strategy games. And we're going to dive back in here to Field of Glory Empires. And I was looking forward to getting back to this. I've been really busy with War in the East, so I feel like I've neglected this one a little bit for a few days. Uh, I wanted to get back into it because we are getting challenged. And when I say challenged, we're not necessarily doing we're doing fine, but we're getting the AI is putting it to us a little bit here. We are the Arverni. We're building out a small tribe in the center of what becomes Gaul, with a Celtic tribe of Arverni. You see the Romans are on the march. We're squabbling with our neighboring tribes here, as you have to do when you start here on the map. And so we're trying to get our foothold here. We're currently at war with the Aquitani. We're at war with the Galli, who are allied with the Parisii. There's a lot of warfare going on here in what becomes Gaul. uh, Essentially, the Galli are fighting the Veneti up here as well. The Aquitani are also fighting Massalia. So it's just wars on top of wars. We've had some of our uh, land, our region has been raided. As you can see, we did control this, and we still control this area, but we did control this, but the Aquitani are now occupying it. You can see the purple stripes, which are, this is our land when the war started, but the deep background of the orange means it is now being occupied by Akotani. Same up here in Liger, which is where the Galli came down here and have occupied this. You see the purple stripes, meaning it was ours to start the war. So they've kind of got us on the back foot there. Here, the Parisii have taken this, and again, this was ours to start the war. So we need to start, striking back, but we're going to take a turn and just kind of protect our home region here. This is our capital. Now let's read this. Within Arverni, the clergy is sanctified an important historical figure. We did that last time to help our loyalty. It was a decision that we were getting. The health of ruler of Vabalatos has degraded to average. Okay, he's not a great ruler, so if he passes, we'll all wish him adieu. A battle has been fought in Arverni between Arverni and Aquitani. We did kind of kick them out of here, which is good. I mean, we have the best military in the region. The problem is we're getting kind of bombarded from all sides and we're running back and forth and we keep losing regions when we're on the other side of the map. So we gotta take care of that. Aquitani invaded our region, Arvernia, which is our capital, but that we pushed them out of there. So what are we going to do this turn? What have we got going on? Let's go look at our regions. Down here, we can build, I say down here, it's over here to the west. Our only unlandlocked region can build a building. And let's go see what we could build. Well, we can't build much with everybody producing food, so let's move somebody down into infrastructure or building and whoops, and see what we can get here. We could get a ranch. We could get a salt house. We could get Celtic craftsman training ground. We don't really need that. A garum shop. This is a good one. We get a bonus from fish, okay, and salt. So those are both good, and they will only go up over time. We're getting -4 money. The reason we're getting -4 money, so this really, here, I'll get back down here on it, sorry. The reason this is a good one to point out, because this shows you how trading works. We get a bonus of 4 from fish and 4 from salt. You think, well, that's really good for money. That should bump up our money. The reason it's -4 is because we need olive oil, and we will trade for that if we need it. And by trading for it, depending on how far away it is, it's going to cost us more and more money. And so just something to keep in mind, we will want to produce olive oil or, some other way increase our trade range, um, you know, set up those relay stations that we talked about last time. But -4 money, that's fine. We're doing okay for money. I think I'll take this one and start trying to build this into a nice commerce port. We can build ports later. That'll help. with our trade range. So I think we're going to build that one, the Garum shop. Now we can build two because we have two pops. We will need to get another pop, which we'll do in 2 turns here, and we'll put that probably down here helping build the Garum shop. Okay, we can't do anything there. We're one away from getting this crafter district here. Our building limit right at this moment is 11. We've already build 9 production cards, buildings, whatever you want to call them. This will make it actually will not make it 10 because I don't think this takes up a slot, does it? No. Slot usage 0. This is a really good building for us. It gives us a commerce bonus of 10% in our capital, so that's good. Flipping around here, there's not, some of these are getting close. There was an attempted raid by the Raiete, which I want to be friends with them because I want them to slow down the Romans if they can. We did repel this. Anytime it's in brown, it's repelled. We got a new building up here. So a smokehouse has been developed here at, what is the name of this region? Jura, okay? Now, we are allowed, you can see this is lit up, so we're allowed to build another production card or building, okay? And if we look here, we are currently using 2 out of our 3 slots. And you may say, huh? We've got 3 here. Clean water, you can tell because it's surrounded in green, it's not taking up a slot. And if you look up here, slot usage 0, it doesn't count against your limit. So we can build something else here. Now we've got a lot of food production happening. Part of the reason it doesn't look like it is because we've currently been rated and we're under those penalties. But I think we're pretty good in food. So let's look for something else this time besides food. If there is anything else that we find interesting, a lot of these military units we want to do in our capital, so we skip them outside of our capital here. Now, this would give us a loyalty bonus. Gambling ring, dice and marble games gives you a taxation bonus, but it does increase your decadence. And we're essentially in last place in the entire game in decadence. Why don't we shuffle these again? I didn't really like any of those. None of those added enough. Um, Nothing here. They're going to get a new pop next turn. Okay, so we're going to let our army sit here for 1 turn, but we're going to try to build some more stuff. So let's do a skirmisher, maybe a cavalry, a light cavalry, heavy infantry, regular. Let's do a regular infantry. You see, we're going to get all of those next turn. So that's nice. Let's actually do one more skirmisher and that should do it. It's going to cost money. I mean, we just really cut into our money, but we're getting plus 36 a turn right now. So I think we can afford that. Like I said, we're going to let our army sit there. So let's go ahead and process the turn. See if anybody tries to attack us from anywhere. Hopefully not. Yeah, well, okay. Here come the Akotani. We have a 2 defensive general. Um, and even though this is their really good general, but he's 1 offense, we're 2 defense. We will actually out general him here, and we have more combat power. So that was really bold, I guess. Now our home district is in the hills, so I think this is an 8 frontage, right? Continuous play. Let's watch this play out. So our skirmishers throw. They maybe got a little better of us there. We get an extra dice roll because our general's better, and that is pretty much going to decide this battle. It's 2 fairly evenly matched armies, but as you see over here, we're getting 3 dice rolls each time. They're getting 2. That's because our general's a 2 defense, their general's a 1 offense, so we get an extra dice roll over them, and we killed their general. Well, that's fantastic. We just won that battle, killed their general. That all worked out perfectly. Okay, our Verney won the battle. We sure did. And like I said, killed their general, which is a big deal, really. Um, Okay, the rest of this turn is going to process. And as you can see, hey, we're not in dead last for culture and decadence. We're in next to last. And I hope in this game we get a chance to start to really improve that, but we've got to get the warfare taken care of first. We've got to survive first before we can worry about our culture. Develop infrastructures, produce more, gain instantly, extra infrastructure points. Generally, this costs money. Um, no, this one actually won't. This one costs loyalty points. We would lose 10 loyalty points by upping the output of essentially telling everybody, get out there and work your butt off. So we lose some loyalty. Or we can buy it with money, negative 500. Well, we're not going to take either one of those. That neither one looks too enticing to me. And as you can see, we produced a lot of stuff this last turn. Now, those units that we just made have all gotten into our army here. We may want to split these up a little bit because we are fighting this two-front war. As you can see, that really hurt our money, really hurt our money. But okay, we'll get to that in a minute. Um, Attempted raid here did not work. We reshuffled down here. Did we get anything better? That white building means you shuffled. We could do a hunter lodge, a sanitation, Celtic craftsman, which uses no slots. This is another one of those crafter districts, which is usually pretty good. That also takes no slots. But let's do Celtic craftsman. That's a good one to get in every one of your regions. When you're a Celtic tribe, we are also building that one here. These guys, oh, okay. They can build a building. And we've got plenty going on with food. We could either move one down to infrastructure or all the way down to culture. Why don't we see what we can build first? Public roads, we can do, well, starting from the top, Shepherd House, sanitation, public works, archery, furnace. So this gives you money and metal. We're missing the bonus there though. Or theater, which gives you culture, but it's very costly for that 10 culture to be sure. Why don't we do public works? I always try to pick ones that don't take slots if nothing just jumps off the page. Now, the reason we went down so far in money is we did get raided here. Rodanus did, and Rodanus was cranking out some money for us, so that hurt. The struggle of Arverni versus Parisi took again his toll, many deaths in Rodanus. So they came in here and raided. Now we can build a new building here. We got cattle pens, and as you see, we're starting to build these top ones, and we've been able to move these pops down. And that's what you really want to do is you want your building and production up here. Oh, we finished this guard tower, so that's good. It'll make it harder to raid this area. But what you really want to get, the point you want to get to is where you're producing enough food and infrastructure just from your buildings or production tiles here that you could move all of your pops down to producing money and culture. That's really the goal, I guess. We could do stud. We could make some horses here. It's interesting. We don't have these really in our empire yet. As you can see, we can import them from Emporia, which is down here. This is Emporia. Um, yeah. Okay. So what this is telling you is it would produce horses that can already be imported from Emporia. Fine. But a single nearby structure would produce more if we produce these expected base changes, we would get an extra 5 money. What this is telling you is if you produce horses here, horses will give a bonus to another building in a surrounding region that's ours. So, it's like bonus on top of bonus, right? Whoops, I didn't want to pick that one. Clean water, well, maybe I do. I don't know. Clean water, it's just one turn. Archery, crafter district again. We see this one. Money's always good. Would take 6 turns. And then we have the pleasure house, which gives us a loyalty bonus, but ups our decadence, a house of ill repute. Um, I'm kind of tempted to go ahead and produce the horses. I mean, we need horses in our empire. We might as well. We just got a new pop here. I think we talked about that last time. Another one would come in 6. We could get our ranch down to 1 if we do this. Why don't we move this one down? Now you may say, well, this jumped from 6 to 14. True, but when this ranch comes online with the food, that'll jump right back down to like 5 or 6. So that's all good. We could start trying to put more of these people in culture. I just don't think we're there yet. Your nation is overspent. We knew that. The health of ruler Vabalatas has degraded to poor. He will probably actually die this next turn. Our population decreased. Okay. But we did receive a slave. That's not a great trade-off. We fought a battle, and that's really why we lost a pop. Aquatani entered our land. Crafter District has been completed, and we have that decision there, develop infrastructures that we're not going to do right now. We can build something new. What will we do? Because we got that Crafter District, so that's awesome. We could do a ranch, herbalist, woodcutting, mercenary recruitment center. Now that's kind of interesting. A potter's workshop or an oration tribune. Um, I think I'm going to go for the culture because we need loyalty. And we're getting to a weird spot here where, we've got as many slaves as we do pops almost, and our loyalty is 53. That's not great. Not to mention our decadence is getting way up here in our capital. So let's build something religious to maybe make the people happy. We can't really build any new army here. I think the Aquitani are going to skulk off here. So why don't we go after the Parisi really quickly? Hopefully they won't return. We might be best off actually. Why don't we split this army a little bit? Hold on. Why don't we split this army a little bit? I don't think we can get them out of here. They were just created. I don't want a garrison. I want to like create a new army. We should be able to split, but I don't think we can because they were just absorbed up when they were created. We'll have to wait a turn to do that. Okay, I don't think anybody's going to come attack us in our home. Gosh, we need to hope that they don't. But let's go destroy the Parisi and get this area back. I say with great confidence. Let's see if we can destroy them. Can they get away from us? I don't think they did, and I think we're looking pretty good. Now, they do have a 2 defensive general. We have a 1 offense. Well, let's watch it. It's a very close in battlefield. Not the best for us since we have a much bigger army. Oh, they're all skirmishers. Holy gosh darn it. It's just tough when you fight them and they've got a better general than you. Yeah, he's gonna die. We got to win this very last battle. Can we do it? I don't think we can. And they're going to pursue us and maybe kill somebody. Yep, they killed several units actually. It's a bad battlefield for us, and that could have been a generalship mistake, sending him there. But that's fine. We'll recover. We still have a bigger army than them, and they actually. Well, let's let this play out. We'll see what those numbers look like here in a minute. All right. Well, we didn't gain a decadence token or an aging token, I guess they're called, this turn. So that's good. We actually really improved our money situation. So that's good. Our manpower, our money, our metal, our legacy, that all looks good. I mean, we're in 7th place overall, but if we start to, you know, really gather up these tokens, it's going to be hard to hold on. Now we have a new decision available. Merchants and patricians change our recruitment policy. We could recruit more men. We don't need it. We've got plenty of manpower. But again, that decision will be right up here if we do eventually decide to use it. Um, what do we have over here? It's forest, and so the frontage is only 6. I don't really want to take on that general with a 6 frontage. So we're not going to do that. Although they kind of abandoned the area over here. And so I think, hmm, I'm tempted to go up here, but if we do that, I think they'll just slip behind us. We got a new pop up here. You can see that, the green. There's a new pop in Jara. We're still building that, but at a very slow rate. So let's move that new pop down to production or infrastructure. Now it's down to 10 turns. That looks pretty good to me. We'll get a new pop in 7. So it's kind of slow going. A failed raid, that helps. Got public works going there. That looks like a good disposition of our peeps. We've got a tavern that will be completed next time. Just in time for our new pop here, who cannot wait to drink the ale at our new tavern. We've got a new building here. What did we build? Oh, the cattle, the ranch. Okay, so now we're producing cattle. That's good. That gave us some bonuses in other places. Now, what do we want to build here? Um, well, I love the Celtic Craftsman to get that going. Let's do it. Not going to take a slot, and it will give us nice bit of infrastructure. What's going on in our capital? Several signs tell us, okay, so we're entering the winter year, which is once every 4 years, and then that recruitment policy decision we talked about. Unfortunately, this area got raided and it succeeded. Now that was the Veneti. I mean, the Veneti, come on, we could be allies here. Um, but there is a new pop here. So maybe we move the pop down and try to get this garum shop done. I keep getting paranoid somebody's going to attack here, but nobody has yet. Okay, I don't want to really attack there, do I? Not into a forest. We have a lot of heavy infantry. And so, yeah, we don't do well in bad terrain. So why don't we just run a turn here? We're down to 279 BC. We're already in turn 32. And you can see this game is really a one more turn kind of game. Um, it makes you just want to keep clicking the button to see what's going to happen next. Looks like not a whole lot happened this turn, which is good for us, I think. We're in last for decadence. Uh, we're a very decadent peoples. Now, historically, the Arverni fought naked. Maybe that's why our decadence is bad. Uh, I doubt that plays into it, but I mean, these people were running around on the battlefield naked, so they are by nature decadent. Buildings development. This just gives you another decision. We're not going to do that. A raid failed. We have Celtic Craftsman. We got a new building here. What did we get? Celtic Craftsman has been completed here. Excellent. So that gives us some more. We've got 2 infrastructure buildings cranking out infrastructure, costing us no building slots. I always like that. Now it'd be nice to get a culture site here. Uh, con Conversion bonus. Well, we don't really need to convert anyone to a new faith. We're all of the same faith. These are all Celtic tribes out here. We haven't really talked about that, but there's been no reason to talk about it. Cattle pen. Whoa, look at all of those bonuses. Well, we're going to take cattle pens and put that in here. Uh, when you saw this, food, including these bonuses, infrastructure, including that bonus. So we get 5 food and 10 infrastructure from this one building. And once we get grain, we'll get even more. That's really powerful. We need cattle. Doesn't matter though, right? Because we just built that cattle farm. And so that's going to save us money. You can see here we're starting to build up our money and will really fast. We're doing well there. Cattle pens, okay, that will build here. I like all that. We got to start thinking about a guard tower here and some cultural buildings as soon as this is built. Once this is built, we can move almost all these pops down here. So in 5 turns, as a matter of fact, why don't we even speed that up a little bit? 4 turns, this only increased 1. So let's do that. That's fine. That's fine. Um, Horses. We can get a new building here. We just got the tavern completed, so that's nice. Look at that beautiful tavern that we have going here in Rodanus, right? Okay, it's still under penalty, but it's getting better. Um, what do we want to do here? Well, let's look at our choices. We could do a farm, which is going to produce a lot of food. Okay, Rodanus doesn't have a lot. So that might be just the best way to go. We could do public works, a shrine, a blacksmith. You see here, infrastructure, money, and metal, all resource bonuses, and those will only increase when it's not considered, rated. Uh, and then we have the pleasure house. Well, infrastructure, money, and metal. That's kind of hard to turn down. We really need food and we get all of these resource bonuses. But let's do that. Do I really want to do that? This isn't built up enough, maybe. Let's do farm. Always go back to food when in doubt. Okay, buildings development, that's the decision we had. Nothing new going on here. We're two away from the garum shop. We could now take our army and go take back this area? Is that what we want to do? Or do we want to go with our army and take this area? Let's go take this back, and then we'll march here and then back home, and hopefully take both of those regions back. Let's see. The Galai and the Parisai might try to sneak around behind us here, but I think we can take this very easily. Yeah, they just left behind a token force, so we'll skip that. Um, It looks like the Galai and the Venetai are really fighting it out up there. So let's go back and try to take back some of our territory from the Galai and the Parisai. That alliance, that deadly alliance. Um, all right, we went +1 up here. The reason we did that is a culture actually got absorbed. So we had nowhere to go but up. Still doing fine here. Still doing fine here. I don't like to see Rome this strong early in the game. We could produce more food. How would we do that? We could spend some gold, but we would lose loyalty points, or we could requisition food for the army. Each region will have, instantly get food per population point, but we don't want to lower loyalty right now. We can't really afford to do that. So now let's take our army up here and try to take this region back. What happened? Garum shop next turn. This is just saying we took this back. Oh, we need to look at this though. Let's move this pot back down there so these are kind of more evened up, and we can build a new production tile of some sort. Guard tower, charcoal pit. We haven't built one of those. Smokehouse, stud, cult site. Let's shuffle those. I didn't really like any of those. What's going on in our capital? Because of old age, General Arvernix has retired. Okay, he was a 1-1. Vabilatos has ordered a military triumph. Yeah, he was good. He helped us early on. And then we had that gather food decision that we could do. Um, okay, we are going to march there and look at this new pop. That's what else we have to do. He does not need to be in food production. We've got plenty of food production going on with more on the way. Now we could get that built in 3 if we wanted to, but I actually think we're going to move him down to culture. We're doing well on food and money here in this area and infrastructure. They're all, kind of evened up and they're all in double digits. I like that. This is a really good looking region right now. It's even got a guard tower. Excellent. So we flip around here. Looks like everything's building. Everything is going to plan. Let's go next turn. Parisi, they scrammed. They got out of there. So we're just going to take that area right back. All right. Painting the map purple, folks. Let's go. I hope we don't get an aging token this time. We did not. We haven't gotten one for several turns here. Now our gold situation, we've got 80. We're still running +6. There must have been a raid that happened that was successful. Maybe? Uh, maybe not. Okay, we got a new building here. The Garum Shop, which is giving us -8. That's what's killing us, actually. Um, because we're importing that olive oil, that might not have been the best decision. Um, oh, we're blockaded. Who the heck's blockading us? That's what's killing us. Am I not seeing this blockade? Yeah, I guess we can't see it because we don't even have a navy. Um, okay, the Aquatani must be blockading us out here. I hadn't noticed that. And we don't have a navy, so maybe we just can't see them. In this region, we can build. This is the one we shuffled. Maybe we do the tavern. We could do a slave market. We could do cattle pens. You know, I love that. Let's do cattle pens. All right. So that was this region that we shuffled. We won a battle here. We can look back. Okay, this region's actually doing quite well, but it is a -2. Why don't we move this guy? We'll move him down there. It doesn't look like much now, but that will eventually help when we get it out from underneath pacification in our capital. Wow, so now our ruler's very poor, and the Oration Tribune has been completed. Now we still have a slot. We're at 10 of 11 now, though. So we do get a new pop in 3 turns, but we got to start thinking about more military or a noble's tomb. This it gives us 10 culture and a loyalty bonus of 10. Now, this is the kind of thing you want to build in your capital. A tools manufacturer. This produces tools. 5 infrastructure, 3 money, 2 metal. We're missing a bonus from 10, and we don't have iron, but we can get it. Oh, we've got it in Rodanus, which is our territory. And a nearby structure would get a 4 bonus if we build this, not to mention the slot usage is 0. Boy. That's a tough decision. We could use both of these for sure. I'm really tempted to do this one and move everything I can into infrastructure. As a matter of fact, let's move this guy down here and see how that changes things. 15, 18, we're getting 47. We got plenty of money already. I really would like this because producing tools is obviously very powerful. As you can see, we've moved into the level 2 buildings because we've got 3 of the money producing. So then you start getting level 2 choices. Same with culture. Okay. The archery, well, we could use that too for goodness sake. Um, Okay, I'm going to come back to that in a minute. That's kind of actually a pretty important decision. Well, I say that. There's nothing else left to decide here. Why don't we come back to our capital for now? And let's go here and make this decision. I'm always in favor of producing something if we can, but the upkeep of that, gosh, that's 3 infrastructure, but it does not take a slot. Um, The Noble's Tomb is just so powerful. Let's do tools. Hmm. We really need that Noble's Tomb. That's the kind of questions you get into in this game. All right, let's. Is that really what I want to do? I keep going back and forth. Um, yeah, I think the deciding factor is that doesn't take a slot, tools manufacturer, and we're running out of slots. So, okay. All right, now we move back here. I'm tempted to go after the Aquatani, which look like they've really weakened. I think that blow that we gave them really hurt. Um, Gosh, we're looking really good for gold, manpower, iron. That all looks good. We actually even moved up the culture rankings, so things are starting to turn a little bit. Our army got better. Um, hmm. What do we want to do? I think maybe we'll jump up here really fast and take this area back. Let's go look at our pops. We got new pops. Let's move one to culture. Now it's going to slow. Well, dude, shoot. That slows it way down. 6 and 3 right now. 9 and 2. I think we do move that down. No, because that's going to add infrastructure, the Celtic Craftsman. So we're just going to leave that as is. 15 and 10. Okay, that all looks good. Cattle pens next turn. Horses, a farm, a lot of things being built. Several signs tell us, okay, it's going to be the winter month again. And okay, our ruler's down to very bad. He's gone from poor to very bad. I think he's going to probably pass next turn. Again, he's served us well, but he's not the best. Let's build something out here on our port. We could build a tavern, a furnace, an Epona shrine, a cattle pens again. We keep getting lucky getting those a lot. Um, it just always makes the most sense. So let's do it. It's kind of like one of our bonus buildings. So, when it does pop up, look at Spain out here. Now, eventually we'll go try to take Spain in this game. I like to see it all split up like this early. I would like to see Rome run into some problems. Let's resolve this turn, and then I think we'll call it an episode. But I'll be back. I'll be playing this a lot more here coming up. I love this game. This was an easy walkover. The Galli just had a token force back, so we got that region back. And you see that purple starting to spread across the map. Now you may be asking, why have I never taken that unoccupied green spot there in the middle? Hey, we avoided a aging token again. Looking good on money, looking good on manpower, looking good on iron. We're up to 6th place. All of those things looking good. And when we come back next time, we'll go look at our new pop, our new buildings, what's going on in the capital, a failed raid, it appears, uh, and one, I'm not sure what, oh, this is where the battle was fought. Okay, not really. I mean, they just had a token force, but it was a battle nonetheless, and we won it. If we look over the whole world here, there's a lot more places to take over. So, our little stretch of land here in Gaul, there are a lot more places to go. But anyway, this has been a blast. Thank you so much. I hope you're enjoying this and learning quite a bit from it. It's a great game, and if you haven't played it, hopefully this will entice you to think about playing it or buying it. It's a fun one. Anyway, Strategy Gaming Dojo, thank you all so much for listening. I'll talk to you next time.